Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson of World Alternative Media here, and of course I'm joined by author and economic analyst John Sneisen. And I wanted to start kind of giving you guys some answers to a lot of your questions because we do get a ton of questions on Facebook. And on YouTube and other social medias, and we're very happy for that. Please keep sending them in. We'd like to answer as many of them as possible. Now, we recently put out a video about negative interest rates, and of course, the common, statement from economists and analysts alike, and several, big corporation owners like Marco Byrne, who owns Goldcore. A lot of people are saying maybe it's not a good idea to keep your money in the bank. With negative interest rates, you can get robbed. With the bail-in strategies that they're trying to put in place, you're going to get robbed. So it's that kind of time where we, in our personal opinion, and we have to mention that this is our personal opinion because we could actually get attacked by the big bad government, so we have to be careful. But it is in our personal opinion that it's about time that you take your money out of the bank. It's not safe there anymore. And as we've mentioned before, if your money's in a bank, it's not yours, it's the bank's. Not until you take it out anyway. So we got a question from someone who will leave anonymous for her own safety. And the question is, I don't have a large amount of money in my RRIF account, say under $25,000. Will they still charge me for keeping it in their bank? I don't have a safe, but after listening to all your info, I do keep some cash in my home, but a larger amount. I don't even know if they allow me to take it out. I am a senior, retired, and living on a slim budget because 2 pensions are not even enough to live on. I think every day, should I or should I not take out more cash, and where to store such? It weighs on a person's mind what to do. Now that you put a light on the matter, it seems stupid not to act. But not sure about the matter. Wish I could be back in the 60s again. All right, so John, what do you think?
I think and this is of course our personal opinion.
Absolutely.
But I think the RRF account, it's a vehicle that you can transfer here in Canada. Your RRSP, your retirement savings account, into if you want to start withdrawing money on a regular basis and take it out as a retirement pension. Now, of course, an RRIF has taxes that you have to pay as soon as you withdraw that. So with the money you actually saved from your income that you had to tax upon, now you're getting taxed again as another second hit. But when it comes to my opinion on the RRF, I do believe you probably have your money in some kind of mutual funds or different types of funds. Now, then you were afraid that you're going to get charged a negative interest rate there. I think you should actually be more aware of what's called an MER, a management expense ratio, which is kind of the word itself. It's kind of a little bit tricky for you to understand, but it's basically a management fee that the fund manager of your different funds in your account takes. And that MER actually goes out of your account every year, no matter what, if you actually gain money or lose money. So it's money for the banker, no matter if he loses or wins, which doesn't make sense to me at all. But that's the way it's set up within the government and bank run RSP system. Now, actually, a friend of mine, which is an expert on this. We should probably have him on the show. I think he says that the RSP system or the 401k in the United States and so on, these are just made to make the banks, make the banks richer. Because now they could charge a whole bunch of money, and then also the government to control your money instead of you actually creating some kind of retirement savings account for yourself. Outside of the banking system, putting some of your savings in gold and silver and so on, where it's not going to get touched by a second taxation, which the government-run RSPs and so on are.
Yeah.
Now, so what I would say is, of course, you got to be careful. It's your own money, so I wouldn't want to give you a particular advice per se, but giving you the facts, I hope that you can actually see how the RSP works and how the banks and the government actually controls it. So there's ways to get around these RSP systems.
Yeah.
I personally actually are saving money right now in what's called an infinite banking system, and it actually takes you away. You're not even in an RSP anymore, so you don't get the tax benefit as they want to give you at the forefront, because that's a tiny little money to lure you in, so they could tax you 30-40% at the back end when you retire.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your RIF and your money, I would say just be very due diligent and know that you're actually paying fees right now, which is kind of a negative interest rate. If the fund doesn't make money, it's a massive negative interest rate.
Absolutely.
When you think about it. So yeah, that's my opinion on that.
And I wanted to add to that, actually, because I've gotten this question a lot, and obviously it's extremely risky to keep your money in the bank. It's more risky than having it at your house. But with that said, it's still very dangerous to keep your money at your house, because you can get break and enters, and you can get it stolen. So another point I wanted to make or ask you about is you can't keep it in a bank, but can you keep it in private vaults where it's still your money? Is there a way around this so you can have it in some kind of safety deposit where the bank doesn't own it, and the company that you put it in safety with doesn't own it? What can we do about that?
There is corporations out there like Goldcore, Anthem Vault is a friend of mine that I know, and others that actually provide you with storage in a private institution that is not connected to the banking system. So now what they do is they could help you get some of your money and put it into other countries where it's less risky for the government to actually come after it and so on. So let's say that you wanted to put some of your money into gold, as an example, into a vault, and you didn't want to have it in Canada. Well, you can actually put it in the US, which probably is not a good idea, but in Singapore and other places where these private institutions, they actually register the physical metal to with a serial number so you actually know that you own this exact amount of gold with a serial number attached to it. But then also what rich people have done, this is where I think you want to go with this, is they actually also are now having people putting stacks of cash together with their gold, because they don't want to have it in their safety deposit boxes or in the banks. They actually put it right into these private institutions where they keep their cash together with gold right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a scary time to live, but if you take the right precautions, you can come out a lot better than a lot of people who just aren't listening to it and think, it's never going to happen. It hasn't happened in my lifetime. Well, so they say. And they feel like they're going to be safe, but the fact is there's a crash coming. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to be, but it's coming, and we see these implementations and these strategies of bail-ins and negative interest rates, and we should be worried and we should take action. And our point is, with our own opinion, let's make that absolutely clear, because these days you can actually you can get arrested for giving people consultation
you can end up in jail because of your opinion, unless you say that it's actually your opinion personally, and that you don't advise people to do it, but it's your opinion and this is what you kind of do. So
but we're all about giving you guys advice out of our own opinions that can keep you safe if you follow along. Again, it's a part of what we do is trying to make sure that you are all quite prepared for what's coming, because it's a tragic thing to watch everyone go poor and lose their money that they worked hard for, and the last thing we want is more poverty. So this is Josh Sigurdson signing out. John Sneisen, World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.